The United States is now considering ending a war while leaving 20% of the world's oil supply under someone else's control. Let that sit for a second. Because of the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical shipping lanes on Earth, could remain effectively controlled by Iran. And the plan on the table is to leave anyway?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, understand what that means in plain terms. This isn't just a military decision, this is an economic decision, a global decision, and ultimately a decision that lands right on regular people. Let's break it down. According to reporting, the administration is saying we've done the hard part. We've hit their navy. We've hit their missiles. We've weakened their capability. So now we wind this down, even if the Strait of Hormuz stays restricted. But here's the problem. That strait carries about 1/5 of the world's oil, not optional oil, not extra oil, core supply oil. And it's already showing up in the numbers. Oil prices crossing $100 a barrel. Analysts warning it could hit $200 if disruption continues. That's not speculation, that's already happening. So now I ask the real question. What does it mean to end the war if the main pressure point is still active? Because if ships still can't move freely, if tankers are still at risk, if countries are still cutting side deals just to get through oil, then the conflict didn't end. It just changed the form. Now here's where this gets even more serious. The plan being floated is let other countries handle it. Let them do it. Europe, Gulf nations, allies, go get your own oil. That's the message. But at the same time, the same allies have already been hesitant to join the military operation right now. They've been pushing for diplomacy. They've been trying to avoid escalation. So now you're asking countries that didn't want to fight to take over one of the most dangerous missions in the world. That's not a clean handoff. That's a gamble. And here's the contradiction that should stop people in their tracks. At the same time, the administration is talking about ending the war. They are sending Marines into the region, moving airborne units, considering deploying up to 10,000 more troops. You don't scale up military pressure while preparing to walk away. Those two things don't match. Now, let's talk about the real world impact again, because this is where it matters. When that strait slows down or shuts down, everything tied to energy gets hit. Fuel, shipping, agriculture, manufacturing. Even things people don't think about, fertilizing shortages affecting food production, helium shortages affecting tech manufacturing. This is not isolated, this spreads. And experts are already warning you cannot insulate the US from this. You can say we don't rely on all that oil directly, but markets don't care about that. Oil is global, prices are global. So if supply tightens anywhere, prices rise everywhere. Now, here's a deeper issue. This strategy suggests the goal is no longer to fully stabilize the situation. The goal is to hit targets, set them back, declare success, and leave the larger problem unresolved. That is not resolution, that is containment with consequences. And those consequences don't stay overseas, they come back through. High gas prices, higher transportation costs, higher food prices, economic pressure that builds over time. Now layer this on top of everything else happening. Missiles still being fired into Israel, strikes hitting Beirut, tankers being hit near Qatar, drones attacking hitting fuel infrastructures in Kuwait. That is not a stable environment. That is an active, expanding conflict zone. So again, what exactly is ending? Because it's not the risk, it's not the tension, it's not the economic impact. This is the part people need to hear clearly. Ending military operations is not the same as ending a conflict. If the Strait of Hormuz stays restricted, the pressure stays, the cost stays, the instability stays. So when you hear we're wrapping this up, you need to ask one question. Are we solving the problem or we're just stepping away from the problem? Because right now, it looks like we're stepping away from the problem and leaving the consequences behind. You all tell me what you think in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.